Hey everyone, it's me George, back again with a new video, back again with a very Spider-Man centric video, and today I'm telling you my top Spider-Man variants that I want to see in an MCU multiverse film. So be warned, there are spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home, so if you haven't seen that movie, click off now, come back later. I don't want to be the one to spoil this movie for you. It's definitely worth watching. Please go see it, and then you can come back later and watch this. And I'll start with an honorable mention, and the honorable mention is Cosmic Spider-Man. I think it would be so cool to see a Spider-Man imbued with so much power on the big screen, and he had a huge role in the Spider-Verse comics, so I'd love to see him in the MCU. So number 5 is Spider-Man 2099. Ever since I read the Spider-Man 2099 comic way back in the 90s, I've always thought this version of Spider-Man was so awesome. I especially love how cool his costume is, and I'd love to see him in the MCU Spider-Verse film. And based on the teaser footage released, we're actually going to get to see him in the Across the Spider-Verse film. And I'm pretty excited for that, but I'd love to see him in live action. Number 4 on my list is Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. Miles is such an incredible character, and when I heard Electro talking to Garfield's Spider-Man, I knew they were referring to him. They made it so obvious that they're referring to Miles, and they really are planting the seeds, and I heard my audience get so excited, and people were like shouting like, Miles, Miles. So there's a lot of excitement brewing for Miles, and I just can't wait to see him. I loved him in the Into the Spider-Verse film, and I'd love to see him in an MCU Spider-Verse film. Number 3 on my list is Spider-Gwen. And Spider-Gwen is another character who I've loved ever since her comic debut. I have her first appearance. I love the artwork, and I just love the character. She's really a fan favorite character, and a lot of people really liked her and really knocked out of the park with her debut in the Spider-Verse comic. And I honestly don't think the question is if we'll see her, but when, and if they'll actually get Emma Stone in the role. It would be so incredible if they actually got Emma Stone to return for that. Number 2 on my list is a bit of an oddity, but hear me out. It's actually Spider-Man, aka Aunt May as Spider-Woman. So Marissa Tomei is so awesome, and it's really unfortunate that she met her end in Spider-Man No Way Home. But I think seeing Marissa Tomei return to the MCU as Spider-Man would actually be pretty incredible. I definitely want to see her in an MCU film, and I think she would be so cool, and I think it would be so exciting for fans everywhere to see her return as Spider-Man. I think the only real question is, will she have the same classic Spider-Man outfit from the comics, or are they going to give her something a little more updated? And the number 1 entry of Spider variants that I want to see in an MCU Spider-Verse film is the Japanese Spider-Man and his giant robot Leopardon. So I actually didn't even know these characters existed until I read the Spider-Verse comic. But after I saw them in the comic, I knew I had to know more, and I read up on them, and I watched some of the classic 70s Spider-Man shows. I just knew I immediately loved these characters and how they're so unique from the other Spider-Man in the Spider-Man mythos. And I just honestly can't wait to see more of them. So they're my top choice for Spider-Man variants to appear in the live-action MCU Spider-Verse film. So those are my picks. What do you all think? Who do you want to see the most in an MCU live-action Spider-Verse adaptation? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.